Hello, and we are back for another episode of Binge Bitches. Let's start today off with a quote, and then we're going to bring our friends in. Today's quote comes from Dr. Wendy. I did not say that Micheal was broke. I said that Ashley was broke. Her booty hole is broke. That's broke times 2. You broke. So, let's bring in the broke bitches. Here they are. So we got Nelson the baddest, and we also have Mr. Gunther Vanderpump in the house today. How are you guys?
Woo, good girl.
So broke.
broke.
I rewatched that because I wasn't really paying attention the first time. And I giggled so much for that whole episode of Potomac. It was funny. It was cute. I like how they're all getting along.
Episode. It was great. I liked it a lot.
I hated it.
I did too. Really?
I'm over them. They're so boring.
See, I think they're amping up to bring it. And the thing is I just think that they're so damn cute. So it's like a whole thing. Yeah, but anyways.
I don't care who makes better pancakes.
But let's start in the Potomac today because we're already talking about it.
Let's get it done and over with.
I had a fun time with it today. So it was. I
did too. I was watching it yesterday, and I had a fun time with it as well. I thought it was a great fun episode. So
yeah,
I was laughing a lot too. And we still got what's her face with the fucking Candace still with the butter knife at the table, still checking her makeup. I was like, I'm fucking done.
It's gonna be the theme is like butter knives. She needs to come out with cutlery. Like if her shit isn't out of Home Goods in like a month, like we need to really be there. I'm liking the Real Housewives of Potomac, so we're just kind of shoot the breeze here with all these little things. We're not going to do a full-on recap. For those of you guys tuning in right now, hello, people. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure that you guys leave comments and like this and share it. And make sure you guys like us over on YouTube as well, please. So anyways, so with this whole Potomac thing, what I was liking is it was just they had like little through lines. Like the line about Gizelle just being bad taste is really a thing this season. Like this means her clothes must be horrible. We are going to see some really horrible clothing. And
they are terrible though. We've talked about it. Like she's 50 years old. She's going to be 50 years old, or she just turned 50, I think. So I saw that on Instagram. And it's true. It's like the girl needs to get a stylist or something, man. Like
I think it's time. It's
right?
time for her to get a stylist at this point.
I will do it. I volunteer. I will intern to be stylist because I love the girl so much. I will do it. Just feed me. That's all I ask. We know she can make the pancakes, right? We know she
True. I think the whole thing though here, like, no, she couldn't make good pancakes. Gizelle couldn't because they tasted like olive oil. Isn't that what they? Or no, she said that about Monique's. Hers tasted good. They were ugly. That was the whole thing.
Yeah, they're ugly.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I like that whole metaphor that Candace used to describe the pancakes, though. She was like, okay, so here's how it is. Giselle's, they don't come in the greatest package. Presentation isn't there, but they full of goodness. She was like, and then Monique's look great aesthetically, but inside it's garbage. And I thought Karen also had a really strong episode for this because she was just subtly shady the whole entire time. So I freaking love it. What else here? The whole episode, they're doing this thing where they're at somebody's lake house. They're making it like Monique's house is probably going to become like a Berkshire's. That's what it feels like right now. You know what I mean? Is that they're gonna seclude these ladies off at a house somewhere so they can, get drunk and amp up. And the difference is they don't get as drunk as the New York ladies. So,
no one does.
No one does.
Well, I mean, they're just drinking champagne too. I mean, you can't get that messed up on champagne, I think. So.
That's true. These ladies still have their sense, and some of them are still breastfeeding. So I think it's a little bit of that. You know what I mean?
That's another thing. Okay, can we talk about that real quick? They're breastfeeding, and I noticed Ashley had a corona. I looked it up. You're not supposed to be breastfeeding.
She might. So here's the thing.
Or you can pump and dump.
That's what she's probably doing. That's why she's pumping,
sure,
and then she has the little test strips. My sister had them, and so what she probably did was also what's her name did. Wendy was pumped before she left on the trip to have all the fresh, and then she can drink while she's actually there because they can bottle feed those other ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's a little bit of that. I mean, so it's just that they're doing this at this house. There's a whole they started. We got a to be continued from last week. That's where they were picking up this week, and the whole I don't deal with fake bitches. And so
that was great. I loved it.
Here's the thing. That's the thing with like. Okay, so here we'll talk about differences with those different shows that we're watching right now with New York and also with Beverly Hills. In New York, they would say something like that, fake bitches, and then that would have been the fight for the whole entire night. These ladies moved past it kind of quickly to like stomp on it so they can still have fun. But then Beverly Hills, Kyle with her whole fake ass comment, these are fake ass bitches, but it was behind everybody's back. And then it kind of came back into play. So there's a difference. And so I like these girls. They're kind of fun.
Yeah. They're fun. I think we're having a good time. So and Wendy is proving to be crazy though too. That's the thing. Like we're looking at her. That's why she's friends with Candace girl, because crazy likes crazy.
It's a good kind of crazy though. It's so cute.
I mean, when she's like, I don't deal with fake bitches like you. I am Dr. Wendy. You call me Doc.
That and the fact that when they were on the dock, she did not want to give in. She did not want to say I'm sorry first.
I have 4 degrees. I am at John. I'm like, okay, girl, damn.
When she told Gizelle about with the whole Karen thing, she was like, she can Google me.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like she doesn't, and Karen really doesn't understand what a correspondent for CNN is, and somebody who is what was the thing they were kept? I didn't write it down. Damn it, the whole floozy situation.
Oh, I don't know.
She's a freelance floozy. That's what it was. She's a freelance floozy. And I don't think Karen understands what freelance means. like it's a good thing. She's not held down by anything. You know what I mean? And then she teaches at a university where she has tenure, which is why she's on the Housewives, because she can't get fired. Yeah. So, which is great. That whole line though that I started the quote today with the booty hole line with the broke. She's broke. That was done. That was funny. Wendy's retort basically was like, Ashley's broke, her husband's not, but she is. Like, and it's like booty hole broke. broke.
But she just announced that she's pregnant with a second baby too. So it's like,
and there's so much out there because
we know what they were doing during Corquar. So
that's basically that's the thing, is that everybody who had husbands with wandering eyes have their husband at home right now.
Yeah.
it's like he's here. It was like, squeeze me some orange juice, bitch. But anyways, I love the whole between scenes when they're showing the girls kind of like retreat into their rooms. It's very Big Brother because there's always a camera in a room now. Yeah. Like, which is fun. I love the girls jumping on the bed. They're like, you think Monique is gonna care if we jump on these beds? That's $25,000. They're jumping up and down. I love that. I loved when Monique had her husband on the phone, when she had Chris on the phone, and she's with the bird, and he was like, I don't like the bird like that. Can you please? He was like, can you please tell me more about Wendy and Ashley? Like, he wanted to know the tea. Like, he also is just like us. Stars are just like us, guys. Yeah. I loved all that.
Do you think she was trying to throw shade with the whole newbie on the robe? Like, she didn't even put Wendy's name. She wrote newbie. Did you notice that?
I don't think so. I think what happened there was maybe she didn't know who was actually invited to this trip, and maybe she ordered them before she knew who was a cast member. That might have been the whole thing. You know what I mean?
It'll take a while.
We're just gonna have some new girl. We don't know who.
Well, I don't think it takes a while, but the thing is, if it's a good brand or whatever, and she wanted it done like a mail order kind of thing, I'm telling you right now, she probably is advertising that shit. I didn't check her Instagram. I don't get a lot of alerts on the Real Housewives of Potomac Instagrams, and I follow them, so I got to be more diligent now. Because I trend towards Lisa Rinna all the time. That's who is always posting. But
Lisa Rinna and Dorit.
Oh yes, so many outfits. And then a lot of Garcelle's coming through. But anyways, back on these people. We talked about the pancake wars. That was like a little cute sideline. They are bored and they're trying to give themselves activities. And this is the thing. They're new to the game. So they know, like, you go to Beverly Hills, they go on a day trip. We're going to leave the house on an excursion and actually do something. Not grab some broke down kayak out of your dirty garage and take it down there. Like, I'm like, that's everybody's garage, but I don't need to see it. Because my garage is the same exact way. But like, we don't need to see that right now. Yeah. You know?
Well, plus being up in the mountains is boring. I mean, like, I've been to Big Bear a couple of times, but I can't tell you, girl, like, I'm bored as fuck when I'm up there because there's nothing to do.
Camping's boring.
This is why y'all can't shade Ramona when Ramona's always like, where are the hot guys? We gotta go. We gotta go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whenever Ramona says that, now you guys can see exactly what she is meaning. You know what I mean? But like with this whole, the girls are bored. They're bored in the house, stuck in the house, bored in the house. It's quarantine. Like, that's what they're showing. But I love, there was also that shady line too that like, I don't want to sit here and look at Monique. She has a bird. I was like, so shady. That's the thing. They made me giggle the whole entire episode.
Yeah, I giggled a lot. Like, I was laughing a lot.
They're getting into some drama here and there, which is nice and it's fun, but it just, I had a lot of giggling. The Lady of the Lake pageant, I didn't take much away from that scene, except for Ashley has a big forehead and they all know it. And Candace is the new LuAnn. She's got to, oh my God.
I was just going to say, she's got to sing happy birthday everywhere.
See, she's going to have the next cabaret. I'm telling you, she's going to be the next one, jumping around the clubs, singing happy birthday to people. And so, okay, does Ashley not remember that, like, Candace has a real crown, like a Miss America kind of crown? Like, she shaded her. She was like, it's probably better than her last crown. And it's like, she had a Miss America crown. Like, that's a pretty good crown. What else here? Monique. The issue with her husband and the whole wanting him to cook. And so we'll see how this plays out. But then we see scenes from next week where he looks all charming with the whole group. You know what I mean? So let's see. Where this episode ends, where Candace gets the text from a good friend, a la Bethany Frankel and the What About Tom. This is Tom 2.0. We're taking a line.
I love when she goes to the producer when she's like looking at the text and she's like, "You're not going to show this name, are you?" And I was like, "Ugh, who is it?"
Oh, see, so it's a real friend. Oh, is it Shar Shar?
Right.
Is it Shasha? Shasha is out at the strip clubs. She was having a steak. She looked over. She saw Michael. Convinced me otherwise. Changed my mind. So this is all alleged. Please just take this all as conjecture. Okay, like that's what it's. Anyways, so that whole thing, and then she like was like, I just became friends with them. They dropped this thing in my lap, and so who am I going to talk to? My new friend Gizelle. Because she knows Gizelle is the person who like will just kind of back you up, like, oh, well, let me mention part of the truth so then it all comes out, you know.
She'll take part of that bone and collect it.
Exactly.
Otherwise, Giselle's gonna have no storyline this season. So
true, and so except for
just
this whole thing, we're trying to make bad fashion, and they're making Jamal happen. I think the Jamal thing's gonna end crazy. At that dinner, though, when they walked in and Robin is like, everybody's looking at us because we're dressed like we're going to the club. Well, that and the cameras, bitch.
Right.
And you're at a shack.
Yeah, you guys are in the middle of nowhere. What were you guys thinking?
Going to PB at that one on the pier.
Well, this is the thing, is like, you kind of, it goes to like, when you're dressing as a housewife, it's a thing I appreciate about a Dorit or that kind of thing, that they dress for the occasion. Like they show up in drag, you know what I mean? Like today we're going to be doing a picnic, so I'm going to show up in a gingham dress, that kind of sitch. And these girls were like, oh, so we're going out. It's past 8:00, so we got to put on clubwear, right? Like, let's do it. Let's put on the black leather. Like, you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Come on. So, that was funny to me. The whole, what's her name? Ashley was eating poop.
What did she say her mom said it was?
Her mom said it was natural mustard.
Yeah, natural mustard. That was hilarious.
I gagged. I was so grossed out. I did not understand what was happening. I blacked out a little bit. It was so gross. So nasty, so nasty. But anyways, yeah, so that's kind of like the whole episode. I do have to say that on a trip out to the middle of nowhere, I do sit in Giselle's camp where I'm like, I want to go inside. Like I don't want to be outside. Like, can I go back inside? I want to go back in the house.
Yeah, I'm not
she's like, don't we have a pool? Why don't we go to the pool? Then they show everybody outside sweating because, you know, they started shooting and like it was probably like before the sun came up. So everybody had like their long sleeve on, their Lululemon, snake skins, whatever. And then all of a sudden the sun comes up and you see everybody's kind of hot and they're all like just kind of toasty. I was like, oh, get in the house. So next week they're going to be we're going to have the final of this lake house trip with the husbands.
Yeah,
they ended that whole thing with Micheal and Ashley, and so he's basically going to probably tell her he slipped up when he was at the casino.
Yeah.
If you Google him, have you guys seen the videos?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody, one of the prostitutes that he was with, she completely took video of him like doing different things, like laying on like the bed in his underwear and walking around the room without clothes on and that kind of thing. Like she took video and she put it on the internet. Like it's out there and it's just a little bit like, wow, breach of trust. It's a little gross.
Yeah.
Not cool. And she's making it a bad name for sex workers. Come on. There's legit people. So anyways, so that's kind of where Potomac ended. I'm happy with this season. The thing is it's all we're going to be left with until Salt Lake and Orange start, which are going to be soon.
Yeah.
So they're going to pull us in. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this. Okay, so about the new Housewives. Orange County, what was your first initial reaction on the new trailer?
I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah, I liked it. It seemed like it'd be good. We talked about this last week. I mean, the only thing I don't like about it is that they painted Shannon to be a crazy. Like, she's the crazy Vicky of the group now.
She used to be, though.
Yeah, but Shannon's always been a little bit crazy.
She's like screaming, though. Like when she screams, I hear like fucking Iago from Aladdin. Like, that's what her voice sounds like to me. I can't do it. Like,
I'm getting fired up.
What
is she saying? I'm getting fired up. You know,
I can't do it. Like it's
not like fucking play.
Yeah, she's just screeching so much. But it seems like it's gonna be a pretty decent season. I mean, we'll see. So
we're not getting the whole Vicky though coming back and screaming, "It was a cut!" Remember when she was screaming that? Like at that thing? It was I did not know about the cut. Yeah, so and then Salt Lake City looks juice. Salt Lake City is
so good. I cannot wait for Salt Lake City.
Like there's a diverse women group too.
Yes, a very diverse women group, which is great. It's like the first like interracial cast that like just happened naturally.
It started off interracially.
Yeah, so that's great. I mean, Atlanta kind of did, but it was just Kim Zolciak. It was one white girl, you know, like 5 black girls. So you can't really say it was like even, you know, like this seems pretty even because one of the girls seems Asian and one of the girls like black, right?
I think I'm not.
Indian,
I think she's
Middle Eastern.
I think she might be Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
Well, she's Mormon and she's studying Islam, and so we have that. We have people who are Christian. We have a lot of Mormon.
Yeah,
and then there's also a Jewess. You know what I mean?
I loved the whole, you know, a good Mormon is not supposed to drink, and they show the girls drinking. Like, good Mormon is not supposed to have sex, and they show the girls being like a little promiscuous, like with the guys with shirts off. Like, I was like, yes, this is so good. Like,
okay, have y'all heard? So this is like floating around now because when the press release came out for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, they kind of had like little bios on everybody, and everybody has like cute like backgrounds, except for this Mary Cosby, I think her name is.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys heard about this? Who she's married to?
Yeah, she's married to her grandmother's second husband, right? And they have a child, and they've been together for 20 years.
Like that's the thing is like to
but
say
that was the stipulation of her getting the inheritance, though.
Yeah.
So she's like,
what's
going on in Utah? What is going on in Utah?
We're about to find out. We're about to find out what's going on in Utah. This is very. Like So most people would call this like, is this slanderous? Is it bad if I say hillbilly? Is that like a bad word? I don't even know anymore.
I don't think so.
Okay, so like, it's like hillbilly behavior. But the thing is when you have money, it becomes like monarch behavior. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's like a weird, like, because, you know, that happens in the monarchy. And that's why a lot of these people look like they do, you know, like in these old paintings. And so it's a little bit like, so her step-grandfather, she married to her step-grandfather.
Yeah. I mean, they're not related by blood or anything, so they're fine.
It's a little bit weird. And the thing is I want to know how old was she
they had
when
a
they
child
met?
together. Like,
there's a 22-year difference, I heard.
Oh, wow.
This is Celine Dion, Renee Angelillo, like kind of grooming. I mean, this is what's happening.
Girl, that fortune is, I mean, her inheritance, you know, and her fortune and her heir must be a lot, you know, like for her, I mean, to have to do that, because if she didn't want that.
She got, I think it's like 12 churches. The church, she got the churches.
The churches and the restaurants.
The restaurants and some other businesses. And so.
I mean, that's a lot.
I was listening to a podcast like earlier this week. It was Danny Pellegrino on there, Everything Iconic. And he was like, I wonder if they're like, if those restaurants are considered a church business and if they're taxed. How does that all work?
Yeah.
And it was like,
over there, things are like in Utah, things are like completely different than they are like around here.
Oh, they're completely different. When I worked for Cheesecake Factory, I opened up that store as a new trainer.
In Utah?
In Utah. Yeah, we opened up a Cheesecake in Utah, and we had to change the entire bar menu because they're only allowed 1 ounce of alcohol in their drinks.
Ugh.
So we had to change the entire bar menu. It was a little ridiculous. So,
is that one of those places that they're only allowed to have like one drink in front of them at a time too? Like you can't bring a second one over until it's empty?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, technically that's a rule in most restaurants. You're not allowed to stack. Like you can't have a shot and a drink. Like, because it's a restaurant, not a bar. You're supposed to be enjoying your drink. You're not supposed to be partying. But
so if we go to a bar and have out and to eat, you can stack your drink there.
Probably, yes. I mean, here, yes. In Utah, I don't know what the rule is because I didn't get a chance to go to any bar.
Okay, sideline real quickly. So you went to Utah, Salt Lake City. This is like a Statue of Libertation. How were the boys there?
They're cute. They're cute boys. But again, like we're working so much. Like when you're there as a trainer, you're literally working 6 days a week, and you're working like 12-hour days. And like, yeah, that's the last thing on your mind, kind of, because you're just so fucking tired. So
I'd find time.
Gunther's like, I have to take a long lunch.
Yeah, well, that, and you have a roommate too, so you don't have like the hotel to yourself. You know, you have a roommate with you as well. So maybe you're lucky to leave. Yeah, maybe your roommate's cute. You know, you guys work out something. I don't know.
Then leave.
Then leave. Yeah.
I don't know why the door's locked. I was in there the whole time. I didn't hear you knocking.
Yeah, I did want to say though, I've been looking at a lot of these girls' Instagram accounts on the Salt Lake City Housewives, and some of them, they don't really even have huge followings yet. Like one of the girls only has 7,000 followers. I know. And I'm like, girl, I got more followers than you. I'm like,
I need to go through and I need to follow them all. I've been busy this week and I haven't been doing all the research I should be.
They are bringing it though with the fashion and stuff like that. Like some of these girls' accounts, like they got money. They got like crazy money. These women, so.
And I like it's gonna be a colder city too. So like they dress more. Like you see more fashion when I feel like it's colder.
Yeah, that's what I saw. That's what I was saying too. Because when I saw the preview and I looked at Anthony, like he like kind of watches them on the side. He doesn't really watch Housewives, and I was like, look at this. I was like, look at all the clothes, all the cashmere, all of the big coats, the boots, and not only that, but the thing is like. Real estate is different in the middle of the country as compared to like where we live. So we're going to see some houses. We're going to see some like, that's what I'm ready to see is like, I want to see some big villa. I want to see a big house. Like I'm ready for it. So
and they held on to this too. Like this, when did this tape like last year?
Yeah, it was last year. Yeah.
It was supposed to come out.
Because they announced it at BravoCon last year. Right.
Well, they were, this was supposed to come out in May, and then they held it because of the quarantine. They weren't sure what they were going to have content wise. Yeah. And it was kind of like
Jersey is supposed to be coming up.
Well, Jersey hasn't finished shooting.
Yeah.
And the rumor is that they were very anti-mask, so it just was not working out for them. So like, so that was like a thing. So, well, I mean, look at OC. They started shooting and then they had to shut it back down again because Shannon and her family got COVID. So, I mean, like, it's a real thing and it's trying to like work around it. P.S. I just got a COVID test yesterday. I had to get a rapid one because of work. We're gonna have to because we're working with people and interacting in studios and stuff like that, and especially when talent doesn't have masks on. So it wasn't too bad. It was a through situation. I had a rapid one and I'm negative.
Did you get the nasal?
Yeah, I got the nasal. Yeah. It was a rapid one. It was pretty easy. That's what I got. And I got I got a text message like within like 45 minutes because they were a little slower yesterday. It said I was negative, and it was like, so that sore throat was just a sore throat, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of like, it's because I slept with the fan on last night. That's why, you know what I mean? Because like you like leave a window open at night and you wake up with the stuffy nose and you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. It's on.
True.
Those are like my. And so, like, last night, I think I got the most peaceful sleep I've ever had last night. You know what I mean? Like, yes, the world is crumbling around us, and we still have all this other shit going on. But I did not have COVID. Now, in 4 days, I got to retest again. You know, there's that kind of shit. But, like, still.
I'm like, please don't end until we get Salt Lake City Housewives. Let me get that premiere and then end, okay?
True. But they're starting to shoot the Housewives. And the thing is the reason why Dorinda probably got cut already. So let's fold into there. Let's go to New York.
Let's talk about good reunion.
Oh, so good. It was energy, it was fireworks, it was here, we were popping. The thing was, okay, you know how my theory is that production gets the cars there when they get the car there. So that's why sometimes people are waiting a little bit longer because there's a lot of control. So, there's things that there's always suggesting. I mean, case in point, back in Potomac, when every single girl got to FaceTime her husband, that's production saying, can you please call home and get some drama? You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. But on, like, New York, there was video of Ramona, and it's one of the reasons why Ramona's makeup doesn't look as fresh as the other girls, is because Ramona got there early, on time, she was done, she was sitting in the chair, and Sonja and LuAnn still weren't there. And so everybody else showed up after her, but Sonja and LuAnn were, I think, 10 minutes late from go, not from their call time, but from the actual like time they were supposed to be starting. So they were super late.
I think it was like 2 hours or something.
Sonja looked amazing though. I'm sorry.
Sonja she got so much work done too.
Got that work, perfect hair. She looked like a cross between Ellen Barkin and Barbara Streisand. Like it was good.
She
looked I like the new
Tinsley looked the best though. Tinsley hands down killed those.
Really?
I like that dress.
I didn't like.
Lashes annoy the fuck out of me.
I didn't like that bib thing though on Sonja though. Like when you talk about Sonja, that weird. It was like Superman. You know,
like that.
I didn't love that bib. You should get it though because that would be good for your TikToks. So, but I did like. But Tinsley, I don't know. Tinsley, I don't
ball gown.
It just felt like
I loved it. It was great. It looked great to me. And Andy Cohen called her the Princess of Chicago. I'm like, hell yeah, let's bring it.
Bring the Chicago girls. Please give us it.
Give us Housewives of Chicago. Housewives of Chicago.
Tinsley in this one, she had this whole like, where has this Tinsley been? Like Leah gave Tinsley some balls. Like there's something there that kind of like pushed Tinsley. Plus, the baby voice is kind of gone from Tim's. Yeah. And I think it's because her voice it's kind of like the Lindsay Lohan, like fallout. Like you get that like in the Paris Hilton kind of high voice. You're always talking with it. And all of a sudden it's like, okay, guys. You know what I mean? Like it just, it lowers all of a sudden. And that's Tinsley right now. And I just wish that she had this fire. There was so many, the thing between her and Dorinda, it's like, Dorinda,
we're money with John and everything.
That scene, That scene
was everything.
Oh my God, it was so much. It was just like this is the thing about New York is last
Dorinda
year
looked like a fucking mobster when she was on the phone and she's like, when I tell you not to talk to him, I was dying. I was like,
you think you're gonna run game? You think you're gonna run game? Like, I was like, who is this bitch? And like, this is why Dorinda is a legend. You know what I mean? And the thing is last year was so jam-packed with shit that they didn't even air this piece. You know what I mean? Like, I love that. And so that's one of the good things about like the packages they show you over in New York is just that, okay, let's pull in this piece. And this is why they were really angry and it never came out. That's the other thing too, is Dorinda had deflected it so much and like she didn't really want to get to the root of the problem, whatever it is with Tinsley, and she still hasn't said what it is. You know what I mean? Like it's just the pregnancy comments were harsh. Those were harsh. And it's like, I would have thought you would have been pregnant by now. And it was like, oh my God, like this girl just got her man. And like, you're going to say that. And not only that, but the thing is what's to know that these two aren't trying?
Yeah.
Like, so like
and everyone's not meant to have children either. I think some people have a hard time realizing that. I think that's what we're seeing with Candace right now too. On Potomac, like she wants to be a mom, but she doesn't want to be a mom. I think she's struggling more with not wanting to be a mom. So I think some people that's not their story. That's not in the cards for them, and they need to just accept that, So
yeah. Well, I don't think that these two are really even trying that much. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? Who knows what's going on in their bedroom and everything else? And she's really into the whole doggy thing right now. But I think if she decided to give up the dream over in New York City, okay, and leave the show. Oh, P.S. I'm sorry, that's a baller move. Never in the Housewives history has a girl been like, I'm set for life already, and I found something else that's just a little bit more, and I'm famous enough. I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
You know what I mean? Like, Kyle is over there. Kyle has nothing else but this show to cling on to. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and her bangs.
It makes her so relevant. But the thing is that's such a huge difference. What we're seeing here with like the Tinsley of it all is like Tinsley's like, I'm walking away now. Bye. Yeah. I'm not even going to finish the season. And like,
I think these girls need to take a lesson from Lauren Conrad and the Hills. Remember, if you always choose work over a man, otherwise you miss out on Paris. That's all I'm saying. So
Tinsley has been to Paris a million and four
over
times.
The man.
Well, Carrie went to Paris and it wasn't all what it was knocked up to be.
True.
What happened?
She came right back to New York.
But the Tinsley of it all is like Tinsley has been that girl who's always been on the go. She's lived in 4 different places at once. She's got storage all over the country with her stuff in it. You know what I mean? Yeah. That like now all of a sudden she's quarantined with this man and she's talking about cleaning like it's a novelty. Ew. Ew. Like,
he's seen me do things I've never done before.
I washed dishes. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I cleaned the toilet, you guys.
Put them in a dishwasher.
It really is a thing. It's like the you ever see that thing when they asked Celine Dion? I think it's Graham Norton, and he asked Celine Dion, like, so what is one of your favorite things to do? Oh, when I'm home with Renee and Jaleel, I like to vacuum. I vacuum my whole house. And like it was just like, really? Like that's it? And like, yes, I like to vacuum. It's so fun. I just put on music and I dance. And it's like, okay, I hate you. Like please. Like come vacuum my house. Like you're doing the work of what a robot does. Like, you can get a Roomba. You can afford like 80,000 of them. You know what I mean? One for each room. But anyways, so that whole Dorinda and Tinsley situation is just, it's real ugly. But yeah, the phone call was cute. They opened this show with Leah and Ramona, just kind of like, let's hit them on. Wait, okay. Leah got first chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never in the Housewives history has like the new girl gotten the closest one.
I mean, it was kind of weird though, like the way it was set up, because there was like, they weren't on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a U. So.
Yeah. But I think it was a little like he was kind of like on the thing and they were all like spread out on the one side. Yeah. But the fact that she got to sit closest, that they did that to fuck with all the other girls' heads. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That was telling everybody that nobody is solid. Contracts have not been sent out. Leah's the only one who got hers. Sorry.
Right.
Deliver in this reunion. And Dorinda did not deliver, which is why we know that she's gone now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was saying this to Anthony the other day because it was like, well, Andy says that he has no power and all that because he's no longer that part of Bravo, you know.
He's
but
the executive producer of the show.
The thing is like he does, and I think that what they do is they do that to take the heat off of him for when a girl does go away. Yeah. They try to act like it's not Andy's fault, but like we're seeing how she's just not giving him shit the whole entire time. Yeah. Like she is just shutting everything down,
around every question.
Every single thing is it goes back to a one-time situation with Ramona. That's what, you know what I mean? Like it's like, well, Ramona goes out every night. You know what I mean? Like Ramona goes out. She's
to church.
She's going out. She's drinking every single night.
Go to church.
And then when Ramona goes, "What are you talking about? I'm just drinking water. Why do you think I'm so thin?"
I was just like, "You're not that thin." I was like, "Oh."
Like that's the thing is these girls are just pow pow. They're like sisters, which is a more fun fight than when they try to just kind of like come for each other. Because they're
not my favorite girls to watch, but they do bring it. So
they do. Like
LuAnn was kind of boring though in the reunion. She like had nothing to do.
She really didn't. They'll probably get into her stuff later.
LuAnn was a little boring, I will say. Yeah.
She really didn't have that much this season, anyways. So
I was waiting for her to sing "Happy Birthday."
I think LuAnn wanted to sit back a little bit because the thing is if LuAnn would have drank and been off the rails, it would have been a problem.
Yeah.
Because then it would have been like LuAnn was in AA last year. She was, she did all that just to get out of her probation. She wasn't really in because she feels like she has a problem. Does LuAnn have a problem? We don't know. We don't know if anybody does. We don't know if Dorinda does. What the appearance is when they're on these vacations, some people unravel a little bit more.
Yeah.
And LuAnn, I think, tried to keep herself a little bit tighter and more wound together this year. She had a good showing this year. She didn't look like a mess.
Yeah, no, she did.
I do miss a little bit of I miss Slutty Lou. Like, I like when Lou has, like, guys coming over and, you know what I mean?
Well, she did in Mexico, right? When they had the trip. She's the one that got those guys to come over.
Yeah. Well, we haven't got to that point yet. Yeah. They haven't talked about it yet in the reunion. So we have 2 more. So they're probably going to mention that, LuAnn pulling that game. There was a little bit of, so like when Andy was telling them all that, oh, you look so great tonight. Oh my God, look at Leah's dress. Was like a naked dress, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then when he goes, yeah, stand up. And then he goes, Ramona, you look better than ever. This is probably the best you've ever looked. Thank you, Andy. You know what I mean? And then he goes, Lou, how are you? He didn't say anything about Lou's look. I was like, oh. He just was like, you look amazing, Ramona. Lou, hi. Like, oh, okay. So you didn't get Daddy's approval right now. The Leah and Ramona fight, though, the first one about Ramona being in Florida the whole entire time, Yeah, so they brought up that first Twitter fight just to kind of get it out of the way. And that fight, I don't wear a mask in the ocean. I don't have the virus.
It's crazy.
But I do get where Leah was coming from. Like, she wasn't showing compassion for what is going on in the world. Like,
I agree with that 100%.
People dying.
Yeah. Ramona needs to make conscious posts if she's going to post the fluff. And that's the whole thing. Exactly. Is that we do this show. We started this in quarantine because it was like, we need to talk to people, and have something to do. And like, one of the things I appreciate that you guys do with on the show is that like at the end of like the day, we have something that's like, oh, I did this. It's out there. I did something creative. It was fun. It's on the shelf. And so, I mean, there's that part of like, what you can be doing in quarantine. But the whole thing is Ramona was flexing when she was in Florida. We're doing these workouts with different people and all that kind of thing. So plus we didn't get into it. And I wonder if this is on the cutting room floor, but the Leah versus Ramona's daughter, what's her name? Avery. Yeah, that we didn't because Avery and Leah kind of went after each other. And when Leah had sent that thing on Instagram, and she was like, "Look, your daughter's 25 years old. She's an adult. She's fair game. Like, I will come for her if she wants to play this game. Like, she's not a little kid, and Leah's brand new to the scene.
She's not that much older than her. Like, what, 10 years?
Yeah, it's 10 years. But not only that, but the thing is like Leah doesn't have a background with her. Leah was never her friend. You know what I mean? Leah didn't see her when she was 16 years old, which is why LuAnn won't come for a kid like that.
Yeah.
So I think there's a whole difference there. What do you call it? New girl Leah. She upgraded her apartment. They mentioned that.
Yes.
I want to see it.
Yes, I do too. Like, we need to really see what's going on in there. And with LuAnn looked like she was squirming during that whole scene because they were like, LuAnn, what did you really feel about the apartment? And LuAnn's like,
don't let me be honest.
Well, I think, you know what I mean? Like, so that whole sitch, I love that. She told the story of how she got the vagina on her wings, or her wings on the vagina. Like, basically, she was tripping and she was doing drugs and she saw wings and then she wanted to put them on her body.
Why not?
I get it. Isn't that how most people get tattoos? Because they were on drugs.
I don't know. I ain't got no tattoos, so.
Oh my God, what else do I have on here? I'm just kind of looking through real quickly. Oh, the whole alcohol thing, that she had been drinking earlier in the spring. So she didn't just start drinking when she was in the show.
Yeah.
She started drinking the year earlier. So,
and she now stopped.
Sonja, did we drive you to drink?
Yes.
So, so much. They had the whole drinking montage that they did of all the girls kind of spiraling out. A lot of Sonja everywhere.
I love that they talked about the Coke and the rosé. He's like, you really drink
that sounds like a problem.
Wow,
and she's
so gross.
I was trying to figure it out. Okay, so she was on a diuretic. She's on a water pill that was dehydrating her. And this was what's happening. And then Dorinda's like, I'm just trying to water pill too, and it never affects me. Dorinda, have you been watching the show? Alcohol doesn't affect you. You have
alcohol does not affect me.
Like, Ramona drinks every night.
I drink water. That's why I'm so skinny.
Not that then. I did write that in here. What else is here? And then there was that whole thing about, she's lying. She's lying about me. Oh my God, go to church. That was one of my favorite things. Go to church is the new. That needs to be on a T-shirt, Nelson. You need to go. You need to go to church T-shirt.
You're disgusting. Go to church.
Go to church.
Your front of the T-shirt needs to say, "Yeah, I'm drinking, LuAnn," and the back needs to say, "Go to church."
Go to church. Yeah,
that's the new T-shirt. We got to start making T-shirts and making people buy them. I swear to God. So it's like a whole thing. Heather says she loves Leah. Heather, yes, we do too.
Agreed.
Leah's one of the best new Housewives on a franchise.
She's great. If it wasn't for her, I would have been totally toned out this season. Honestly, I hope I don't have to watch next season because
I think
we're gonna about the New York girls. I just it's not my favorite franchise.
I think they're gonna shake it up.
A bunch of new ones though.
I think they're gonna shake it up.
If they bring some new girls in and some new blood, maybe I might be game. If they make it fun, then sure. Like you said, they need to spice it up a little bit. Let's get some Asians in there. Let's get
I have a feeling they're gonna bring in. They're gonna bring in 4 new girls. I have a feeling that they're gonna keep our Leah. Yeah. They're gonna keep Sonja.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Sonja, the thing about Sonja being drunk, she's fun. She never goes for the jugular on somebody. So you knows how to pick and prod and just do little things.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're like, she's a fun bitch. You know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas, some people are a little bit crazier.
Ramona. I don't care about LuAnn, really.
I think we're going to keep those two. I think we're going to keep those two because I just feel like that they're going to keep them. Ramona might become a friend of.
Maybe
that's something. Like I like they might friend of her or LuAnn again, but not completely
if they
cut
get
them
rid of
free.
her entirely, I'd be happy. I wouldn't be mad about it. So
That's the thing, but
she's run her course. She really has.
She's run her course, but then this reunion, look what she was doing. You know what I mean? It was like, this is why we got a housewife. You know what I mean? Like, she brings it. She yells. You know, she stands.
I'm saying if it's her last season, she's putting on a good performance. So there you go. Bring it for the reunion. Go out with a bang. Don't come back next season. I won't miss you.
It's better than the way that Vicky Gunvalson was sent packing.
That's true. I mean,
you
Vicky was horrendous. That was ridiculous. Her
screaming into the camera.
Screaming into, I need to be my Andy. Like, oh my God, woman.
So it's a whole thing. What else here? Tinsley, she left to Chicago. She's a happy home life. We already talked about her. And then I think that's kind of was like this whole thing. I wrote down Dorinda should be played next season by Laurie Metcalf. Like
what?
Like Laurie Metcalf, like some of the scenes, it looked a little bit like when Laurie Metcalf freaks out on like different like her things, like when you watch her on shows. It was like Dorinda and Laurie Metcalf could be like sisters, and I was like,
Laurie Metcalf and Scream. Laurie Metcalf.
Yeah. Well, the thing is they are saying that Dorinda.
Desperate Housewives. Yeah.
I think Dorinda got fired because the production didn't want to deal with her anymore. You know
Probably
what I mean?
not, yeah,
Like,
sure.
But we're
she
also
didn't take accountability for anything.
Yeah.
Like as we see, like through the next previews, like LuAnn says that about it. Like I think that's the main reason. Like if she would have took accountability for at least something, but like she didn't answer any question. Like just kept on going around. Like she feels the way about Tinsley the way Ramona feels about Leah. Like it's like they have like these. They're jealous of the younger girls.
A bit, but I think Dorinda's is somewhere really dark. It's triggering something really gross, and I think Ramona's is feigned. You know what I mean? Like Ramona's not really a prude. Ramona's not any of this. She's just shutting. It's her way to shut Leah down. Yeah. You know what I mean? And just kind of like Ramona. Every other time when new girls come on, she's hazed them. Do you know what I mean? It was it's what these older women do. Not older women like old, but in like more established
OGs.
Housewives. Yes, the OGs is like, when you come on my show, you're going to deal with me because I'm top dog. I built this show. I built this house. What's her name? Teresa's that way that if you're not on her side, I'm gonna shoot you down. You know what I mean? Like, and
Vicky
so
never liked a new girl. Like,
exactly. And like, and the same thing, I think the same thing stands though too with the Denise and Kyle of it all. That, you know, is that Denise was so well received in her first season. Kyle hated that, you know? And so I think there's a bunch of that. I think that was kind of like, that was the whole episode of that. So this is a great place to transition into Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills surprised the hell out of me because they actually had something on their second episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
say it.
This is like the part, like Beverly Hills Housewives, like this one was just very we had a lot of like back and forth. We're seeing
they finally stuck it to Kyle.
Yes, exactly. It was finally like
wanted.
It was make Kyle squirm at this point. And like from the moment that we had Kyle saying like, oh, you're not letting, or when she was shutting everybody else down, you know what I mean? Like she would try to talk over them and they finally were like, Kyle, stop. And then the thing was then Kyle, from that point on, became a victim every single time they tried to talk. She'd be like, well, you guys aren't letting me say anything.
Am I gonna answer? Can I answer this?
Every single time. It was like, oh, Kyle. You guys. And so I'm sorry, but her face looks amazing, and I hate Kyle, but like
she looks great. I mean, they all look really great.
She looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So. The bangs are gone.
It was.
I want.
No, they just pulled back, girl. The bangs are just pulled back. It's in a bucket.
Next year, like if she has bangs again, I'm gonna be one of those people who writes in, and you're gonna hear like Dangilo from San Diego wants to know, Kyle, did you really make a mistake with your hair and you're blaming it on the movie? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why do you have bangs?
What's going on, girl?
Oh, so much of that. But yeah, this episode started with the whole Kyle fake ass bitches remark.
It was good. I will say I was emotionally drained after watching this reunion. Like I was like, I can't I was like not in a good place. I was like, I'm gonna take my Tylenol PM and go to bed now. We're good.
It was a little bit of everything. Here's the thing: what I noticed when they were showing these flashbacks, and with the whole theory that Brandi and Denise were friends. Okay, so I'm gonna put this out there right now. Denise needs to fucking own it all and be a bitch. Come in there with guns blazing and just be like, I don't like you. You did this to me. And she's sitting in that tanning salon looking like she's like on 2 Xanax and like something else. Like that's the thing. Like I don't understand this Denise. Denise looks like she's in a tanning salon. Like I've heard it. I've seen it a couple places online, and now that when I watch it, and it's like, yeah, it looks like she's in the waiting room of a tanning salon. So anyway, but so there's that part of this. But then the other part here is just this whole Kyle that I think Kyle got this information from her sister at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Before the season really even started, because then when she came into that first dinner over at Denise's, she came in with guns. Oh, look at this! Look at the ice sculpture. Look at this and that. And then she left that party, called her the ragamuffin comment. You know what I mean? Like that was the party that kind of Kyle was like, I'm taking her down. And she was going to figure it out, and Kyle got her way. And I think the same thing kind of happened last year, is that when they looked at Vanderpump, and after that whole thing with Lucy, it was, okay, well, we're done with her now. We're going to take her down. Yeah, I think the same kind of energy came from Kyle this year. Anyways, Kyle's excuse for being a bitch was because she had been gone for 6 weeks, and so. The other running thing here too.
I'm going back in here. I'm doing the show. Yeah, I was like, oh, come on.
She was doing the fashion line in New York, and she was shooting Halloween,
North Carolina.
Yeah, but the whole thing is like the fashion show. Like, was she really there? Because when Dorit and her get into the fight later on, or I think it's at this part. Is this coming up? I'm like all over my place in my notes. It's right. It's a little bit after this. Is that when Dorit saved her show? You know what I mean? And like when they showed that footage, it's
I don't know. I mean, did Dorit really save the show? Like, I don't think she saved the show so much. She just like helped her friend out. Like that was a little lost.
She focused her friend. That was the thing. She focused
her friend. Yeah.
But the thing is Dorit had the point where like, Kyle, you've been working on this for all this time, and you don't know what's in this room.
Yeah,
no, you know what I mean.
I mean, those are facts. That's straight honesty. Yeah,
like Kyle, where have you been? If you've been actually putting in the work, why don't you know that there's a black sequence, long yellow something? You know what I mean? Like
Kyle was also very flustered during that whole fashion show too. Like she was amping it up, and she really didn't need to.
She does not deal with stress well at all. No. And it's not just because of this. You even see her like when she's throwing the parties for her houses. Like she doesn't deal well with it at all. Like she doesn't know how to, because she's never had to really, I think, be in a high pressure situation that didn't call for something more than she was supposed to give. So
when it's supposed to be you. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. It was supposed to be her. She was supposed to be the one it's supposed to be her voice, her fashion. It was Shahida's voice. You know what I mean? Shahida did it all. But it's just that whole thing. Well, that whole like little bit of fight. Here's where we differ too. On Beverly Hills, they kept bringing up Watch What Happens Live. These girls do more online and on the show, on the interviews, than they actually do in the show.
Yeah.
And it's like, why aren't you bringing this energy the whole entire time? Like, come for everybody every single time that you're there. And so there was that whole comment that Kyle shaded Dorit and said, well, my line was at Fashion Week and yours was in a warehouse. Like...
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was just like really like, oh, that's mean and dirty. You know what I mean? It was and that's the thing. Kyle does those comments and she tries to act like, what? It was in a warehouse. I didn't mean anything bad about it.
And here's the thing with Kyle though too. Kyle backpedals a lot. Kyle doesn't stick to her guns. She will tweet out the mean things and then she'll delete the tweets. Like, because she's done it with Garcelle this year too. So,
and the kids snapshot it, and it becomes it's on comments by Bravo, comments by celebrities.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it ends up everywhere. So that's the thing is like know that when you put something out there, it's gonna be out there for a moment.
Yeah.
I saw this girl on TikTok who she had put something out there about COVID being a hoax. You know what I mean? Like it was like a funny video.
Yeah.
And her mom was like, you don't really acknowledge that it's a joke until the very, very end. You should take it down and re-edit it. Well, in like the 20 minutes that it was up, it was snapshotted and it was used in a documentary on Netflix. And so all these people are coming for this girl saying that COVID's not a hoax. And she was like, it was a joke. And here's the real video. Please stop. I believe in COVID. I'm a masker. Blah, blah, blah. Like, and it was like she had a big enough following that it was like somebody snapshotted it and then they put it right in. And it was just like, oh my God. So it's just watch what you put out there. And that's not even a famous person. So,
that's a lot.
It's a whole hell of a lot.
I'm screwed with my TikToks.
I think we all are. Dorit, I was attacked by Kyle at Teddy's, Teddy's retreat. Oh, when Dorit was attacked by Kyle at Teddy's retreat. Like that was a whole thing that Kyle
she totally was set up. But you know what the thing is too, like, I mean, then I was on team Kyle and them being like, okay, yeah, you're fucking late, but now I'm like team Dorit. I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like
it was who gives a fuck. And the thing is that, okay, so there was another theme here too that was going on, and it was like Kyle and Teddy always and Lisa Rinna. They kept on saying like, well, we addressed it. What am I going to do? Keep beating it down? You know what I mean? Like, so when they were like, well, she said that she really didn't want to be at your thing. Well, what did you think about that? And she was like, well, it was there, but I moved on from it because what am I going to do about it now? And so this way they can turn that around back on Denise about the whole kids slut shaming, mom shaming, blah, 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 but they kept on bringing it up. But they're blaming it on Denise, you know what I mean, for being the one who kept the dialogue going. It's so crazy. But yeah, she moved on from Erica's comment. That footage that they showed a little bit more than what they did in the original show of Erica being drunk eating.
Yeah, that's great. I love that.
I want more of that Erica. Right? Erica, give me more of that, like, loose pin.
I don't think that she gets to decide what they put in the show, though. You know what I mean? So,
but she doesn't drink enough. That was one of the only times that she's been that drunk, though. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, every other party she walks out, that was day drinking at its finest.
She was drunk in Rome, right? Or Italy, wherever the fuck they were.
Well, she was tipsy at that.
She was, bitch, so am I.
Yeah. But I want
like that. Erica's fun time girl, so
I want messy Erica in her spandex clothes. I want her in her
pumpkin pie.
Her Skims. I want that Erica. I don't want
the cheese whiz from the can with the pumpkin pie. Yeah.
If I have to never see Mikey and the glam team ever again, I'd be happy. If I got to see, I want to see Erica be the ragamuffin. Just show up with the ponytail and be that bitch. You know what I mean? And so it's just a little bit of that.
I want Denise to come out with a ragamuffin line. Like, I'm here for it. Like, I'm here.
I kept putting here that Dorit's coming for that crown. She
did really good at, like, she was like the Vanderpump person, like the voice of reason almost. This whole reunion part. I know
in her space knots in her hair.
Yeah. Not my favorite hair. The dress that she's wearing is amazing, but
I feel like the dress. Yeah.
Okay.
Hair is not great.
So, is there not a better metaphor for Dorit's life, maybe the whole entire show, than low battery? Low battery. Low battery. Like, what is that? It's the phone, Kyle. It's a phone in my house.
Could you make it warmer in here? How about a nice hot chai latte?
Who's the poor person that is in her house with a mask on making a chai latte for?
I know. Oh my God, that
for her.
Did you see that they also mentioned Tiago licking his balls?
Yeah.
Kyle finally said it, and I was like, yes.
So gross.
Has to go.
Dorit, they're selling the house. You see this?
Her farmhouse? The one they just moved in?
The one they just moved into. It's being sold. It's like $9.3 million, something like that. But
Jesus Christ.
then there's another thing that came out that they are renting that home.
The farmhouse.
They're renting this home that they're in right now, the one in the valley, the one that looks in the valley, the one that looks like the Vanderpump Rules houses all put together in one.
Yeah,
it's the Megatron of Vanderpump Rules houses, and it's Dorit's. It's like you can have the basic house, which is Jack's, or you can have the upgraded at Dorit. You know what I mean? Like it's really that house. Yeah. But Dorit, they're selling it. But the rumor is that they're actually renting that house, but the actual seller is wanting it to be associated with Dorit, so she's getting a cut of the sale because they're saying it's Dorit's house. So this way it pushes faster and it pushes faster on the show.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it would totally would. Someone's like, yeah, this is Dorit's house. Let's buy this house. Like,
in the valley, especially, that's somebody with money and no taste. And so they want Dorit's house. So like, I want that cookie cutter house. Like, it really does look like a house that you can buy, like you buy at IKEA and put it together.
Yeah, it does look like an IKEA house. Which it's a nice house.
Oh, it's beautiful, but it looks like an IKEA house. You know what I mean?
I mean, if it's also in the fucking valley, no one wants to live in the fucking valley. I'm sorry.
It's big. I was looking at the pictures of it. It looks gorgeous, though. I do love it. Yeah. It's better than those houses over in Jersey that right now are like for sale. Teresa's house and they're making fun of them. Look for those videos. Oh my God. Teresa and Melissa Gorga's houses are terrible. Columns that don't go all the way up to the ceiling, just halfway. Like windows that don't make sense in a room. Like one room, it's too big for the window. So the window you can see it in the next floor. It's insane. Those houses are built horribly. What else here?
Which is insane because isn't Joe like a contractor or whatever? Doesn't he do that for a living? Doesn't he like build houses or whatever?
Joey Gorga builds houses. He's a
guy. He built a music studio for her.
So he's the Mike Brady of Jersey. He's the Mike Brady of Jersey.
Basically, I wish he was gay. Like, Joey Gorga's hot. Oh,
he is cute.
Joey Gorga. Yeah. Oh my God! If you follow him on Instagram, like it's like, please just take off your shirt and stop trying to tell us like life lessons. Like, please stop. He's always like, move past it, and it should like say, it should like, move past it, Teresa, because that's who he's always talking to. You can tell. Anyways, so Andy, Denise, what's it feel like to be called a ragamuffin? Like, after on New York, we just watched him call everybody pretty, and then on this one, he's like, Denise, ragamuffin. How's that tanning salon? And so Denise really was giving this energy the whole time.
The whole time.
She's over it. She's annoyed, right?
Like I kept on watching her face just to see an expression.
Yeah. I think that she already knew that she was gonna quit though too, probably while they were doing the reunion.
So she wanted to make that money.
So she was just over it, you know what I mean? So I mean she's like, well, I'm fucking here, I'm gonna do it. So
she knew that when she stopped filming with the women.
So who slept with Brandi?
And her hand went up like this?
Like this? Like she just put that hand, it like crept up into the little thing. So it was
And enough. I do have to say, I do agree with all the women, like, because, you know, if you want to make a reunion, like, really impactful, the thing that we were all out this whole season was the stuff between her and Brandi. So they were like, where the fuck is Brandi? Why isn't Brandi here? She needed to be there for the reunion. I hate that Andy covered it up with the whole, like, you know, well, after we heard her say that she sucked her clit, we didn't need to hear anything more. No, we need to hear more. I'm sorry. Like, that doesn't do it for me. Like,
Brandi was handed a cease and desist, and she wasn't allowed to talk.
For sure, absolutely. So the cease and desist actually worked. So
Denise didn't allow it. Like,
probably
the only way Denise
went on Watch What Happens Live though. After I didn't watch it, but she went on Watch What Happens Live, so we don't know what they talked about on Watch What Happens Live.
Oh, Brandi?
Yeah, Brandi did right after this reunion.
She didn't say much. You know how Brandi's just kind of like here and there. The best part about it was when she basically mentioned that her and Heather Locklear are like friends now. And they're messaging each other. And Heather Locklear is the one who was married to Richie Sambora.
Oh my God. Wouldn't that be great if Heather Locklear was on Housewives next season?
Yeah. I don't think a celebrity is going to really be that down to be on the show anymore.
Probably not.
They've probably ruined it. They've probably they've ruined it. They've ruined it
Heather
for us.
Locklear is not doing nothing right now.
It doesn't matter. But with them doing this to Denise, I would be afraid.
Let me have my fantasy.
Because the thing is she is Denise fucking Richards, and she doesn't need it. She's
Heather fucking Locklear.
Heather Locklear needs it. That's the thing. Well, if you look at pictures of Heather Locklear lately,
that's true.
She
and
needs
so does
it.
Tori Spelling. I remember forever Tori Spelling was rumored to have been on the cast. So
I don't want to see Tori Spelling and 18 kids. That's too much. That's like, no. Like, let's have her brother's like wife. You know what I mean? Like, let's do one of that and then get Tori as like a friend of.
I mean, I wouldn't mind Jenny Garth. She would be fun.
That's right. They said that they were saying they were trying to get Jenny Garth too for a while. I remember that. So
give us Carney Wilson, because I want to see Carney Wilson fight Kyle. Because that's a fight I want to see. That's why it would be a good fight, because you know that shit will. Look at Sutton and Rinna right now. Sutton and Rinna were the ones who were friends. Rinna brought Sutton in, and Sutton doesn't trust her. Yeah. That says a lot. You know what I mean?
Rinna also brought Denise in too, and look what happened with her. You know, all for a TV show. You know what I mean? So she ruined that friendship. They're probably not friends anymore. You know?
I don't think. I think that it's Rinna's too conscious. She's producing. She's moving. You know what I mean? Like it's at a point where it's just kind of like, come off of it now. You know what I mean? Like really give us something, because you're saying that you wish that Brandi would have been there. The problem is without Brandi, they would have had nothing this season. There's nothing else. Kyle gave us nothing.
Yeah.
Her and Dorit had their spats. You know what I mean? And if we wouldn't have got this Denise thing for them to focus on, I think Dorit would have really came for Kyle at a certain point this season.
It's really unfortunate too that Denise is leaving now, because the rumor was Garcelle said that she would not come back for another season.
I doubt Garcelle's coming back because she's busy. Garcelle got the Real.
She just signed on with the Real, but still, that's daytime. Like, that's super easy. That's like in and out, like Bold and Beautiful.
It's daily though. It's daily though. It's daily, but those people have a 5:30 call.
Hour, okay, she's there.
No, they're not. That's the thing. There's a big difference, because when you're on a daily news show like that, is that you start your day at like 5:00 in the morning, because you have to be there to get the. And you're getting the news from the East Coast as it's coming in. Yeah. So the thing is and so you also have to be, and you're going live for East Coast 11 a.m. So that's the thing. You know what I mean? So here, they have to be up so much earlier. So it's a big difference. I don't think we're gonna get her back. If we do get Garcelle back, I'm gonna be real excited. But
I don't think we will get her back though, because she made that statement. She said she's not gonna come back without Denise. So.
I want them to send Kyle and Teddy on their way.
Yeah. Because we're going to have a complete recast here too. We're going to have to. So it's going to be hard. And I know the rumors about Chris doing it. No, I'm like, no.
Kris Jenner's not doing
Kris Jenner. First of all, can Kris Jenner just go back to her maiden name? Because she's mad at Bruce Jenner, who's now Caitlyn Jenner. She doesn't have a good relationship with him at all. She's not a Kardashian anymore because she divorced him to move to Bruce. Like, bitch, you are no one with these names. Like,
the only reason she's keeping Jenner is because of Kylie and Kendall. That's the only reason.
But they are she doesn't deserve it, though. I'm sorry, girl. You don't deserve that name. She kept that name because it was famous. She wouldn't be famous with her own maiden name, is what I'm making a point of. No. So,
I think at this point it doesn't matter.
Get it right, girl. Get it right.
It's her brand. It's Kris Jenner as a brand. Kris Jenner is no longer
a brand. I'm not fucking buying. I'm sorry. I have such disdain for that.
It's one word.
I'm so sorry. I will not say anything nice about them. Like, I can't.
See, I don't have like a real issue with the whole Kardashian of it all. Like, they're canceled now. They self-canceled themselves. They have more money than they know what to do with.
Absolutely.
And I think
I do appreciate their business aspect. Like, they were a very smart businesswoman. I do appreciate that. Everything else, no.
If they don't...
You're just jealous because you got nothing out of your sex tape that you
made. Yes, he did. He got that T-shirt.
Go to church. Go to church. Go to church.
It's what do you call it? Kris Jenner, with that whole show ending and everything else. I mean, right now, I think it's a save for the brands. to make sure that everything just kind of keeps on going smooth sailing, because those cosmetic
leave the party early, don't leave it too late.
Cosmetic brands just go. And the thing is in Courtney, they're blaming her because she doesn't really want to do these shows anymore. I think Courtney's figured out I have enough money. She doesn't, and Courtney doesn't do anything else.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
But raise her kids, right?
She's content being a mom, which would make Courtney a good housewife out of all of them. I wouldn't want to see Kris Jenner on. I would rather see Courtney Jenner.
I don't want to see none of those girls.
I would see her, but I don't want to see any of them. I want them to bring in like 2 spicy Latinas and 2 black girls, and let's see what really happens.
Yeah,
because
for sure, let's do this.
Like I think it would be better. It's Beverly Hills. Come on, you're in freaking LA. Like, get some diversity up in here. You know what I mean?
Or fuck it, bring Vanderpump back, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So
I don't know.
I never thought I would say that.
I love Lisa Vanderpump, but I don't want her on here. Like, what I like her in that boss ass bitch role over on Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah,
it makes her look better. It makes her look more respectable. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true. I do enjoy her more on Vanderpump Rules. So
it's classier. You know what I mean? Like because she can hold herself. Like, because everybody else is such a fucking mess on that show that like she could take a shit on her car and be like, it was a classy shit. You know what I mean? Like she's come
on, darling. We do this all the time.
Yeah, she's Lisa Vanderpump. If we did. What I wouldn't balk at would be a recast and bring back like 3 of the first seasons. Like give me Maloof, bring back
Taylor.
Bring back Taylor and bring back Vanderpump, and let's see what really happens.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Camille needs to be brought back full time.
Yeah.
She really does give us so much on this show because she hates them all. So it's like she just goes in there and she's just like, who can I punch today? You know what I mean? Like
Dorit going at it, be perfect.
I love that.
I actually would like Camille and Dorit on the same side. I think if Camille and Dorit were on the same side, that would be the ultimate takedown. Oh,
that'd be great. That would be amazing.
I would so good. Like
but
the thing is,
but we don't know because their contracts are still out right now, right? Because we have seen on Instagram none of the girls have the Housewives stuff attached to them at all right now. So
Camille was a producer on Girlfriends. Okay, so when her and Kelsey were together, Kelsey, as she likes to say, remember Kelsey. So anyways, when her and Kelsey were together, basically to get her out of his hair because he's probably cheating on her, he was giving her production. Like, and so she was a producer. She was an executive producer on a few shows, one of them being Girlfriends. And so I would love them to bring back Camille, but give me a Tracy Ellis Ross. Can we bring her over? Like, I want to see her play in this little sandbox and really like just kind of show these bitches up. Like, my mom's Diana Ross. Get out of Mellencamp's like shadow. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's a whole difference there. Like, step up, bitch. Step your pussy game up. Because I'm Tracy Ellis Ross. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference. You're Teddy Mellencamp. We know that's who your mom is. You know what I mean? Or your dad. Yeah. So, and plus Teddy, we didn't get any Meg Ryan out of this whole deal. And Meg Ryan and John Mellencamp are now done. So like, you know, what is Teddy's purpose?
That's not her mom though, is it?
Huh?
That's not her mom, is it?
No, it's her stepmom.
It's just, it was going to be, they broke up. John Mellencamp and John Cougar Mellencamp and Meg Ryan broke up. So we never even got a Meg Ryan cameo because Teddy's stupid. That's why. Like, okay, so the whole Teddy of it all, they do that whole section with her baby, which was just like,
oh my god, are we ready to call CPS on her for that? Like, I'm sorry, it's an accident, I get it, but I'm calling CPS on you because you named your child Cruz, Dove, and fucking Slade. I'm sorry.
I like the names. I like Teddy, and I like her children's names.
Do you like her?
Those are the worst fucking names ever.
Why do you like her? Can you please make me like her?
Girl, I'm calling CPS after this.
She's really pretty, and I just like her and Kyle's wit together.
Ugh.
I don't like her. She needs to be done. I'm fucking done.
Like,
take your pink hair, get the fuck out of here. Take your child's fucking finger, get out of here.
I just bought a wig just to look like her.
Like, see, the thing is I would appreciate Kyle and Teddy more together if they were more of a Ramona, Sonja, or frickin' Frack, you know, like you know, Phaedra and what's her name? And Portia. Yeah, Phaedra and Portia, frickin' frack. Like, I would like more of one of those when they're bratty and bitchy and you know it. They're gonna steal the best room. That, like, I want that. Like, Kyle, just lean into it at this point. Like, be that girl. Yeah. So it was just too much. They kept going back into the past. They used so much footage from like the past. The whole blowjob situation with Rinna, we had to re-examine that. Her daughter.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
When Rinna said that her daughters don't read.
I mean, at least she's honest, right?
Okay.
Right?
I had issue with that. And my other issue that I had with Rinna in this whole situation is like, she's paying all that rent herself now. She's paying it all. And everybody's clapping. And it was like, this model is paying her own rent that she chose to live in a $5,700 building.
Yeah, she chose to live in that building.
And we are now going to praise this white privileged girl for paying her rent. Like, give me a break. And when she was like, she makes more money than all of us.
Maybe. Does she though? I don't know. Like,
she might be pulling it right now this year. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. It's just you're as hot as your contracts are. And the thing is that I still don't feel like I'm hearing like Amelia Gray as much as I hear like Bella Hadid. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like there's.
Yeah, I'm not hearing Amelia Gray. Yeah, even Delilah. I think Delilah has more stuff going on than Amelia does. But Delilah is the prettier one. So
I'm ready for Phoenix Kemsley to come and take them all out. Like, I want that little girl and her cooking show. Like, I want Dorit's daughter's cooking show, like, out there and just in, you know, like,
Phoenix she's gonna be on MasterChef Junior, and then she'll win. Like,
She hasn't modeled for Baby Gap yet.
Baby Gap,
Phoenix Kemsley. Well, she modeled for Beverly Beach. She's a model.
No, she won't. I mean, Dorit dresses her kids in like Fendi and Versace and shit. There's no way that she'd have Phoenix be a Baby Gap model. I mean, come on.
Okay, wait. You're talking about the bitch who did Buca de Beppo. Okay, so she is running a house. She's gonna do Baby Gap.
It's not believable. I mean, all of Instagram, your kids are on like I said, Fendi. Remember even that Moschino dress where like that's super cute. Like she dresses her kids in expensive
It's being
stuff.
a model because the thing is remember Amelia Gray got her start at Tommy Hilfiger.
No,
you know what I mean? And the same thing with the Hadids. I think they also...
Yeah, did you get her start at Tommy Hilfiger too?
Yeah, they all did because that was the brand that recognized that people were watching these shows. You know what I mean? That the everyday people. So it makes sense. Yeah, but that whole thing... Rinna's naked photo, they talked about that.
She's like, I love attention. What can I say? I mean, I love that Rinna just keeps it real. You know, she kept it real the whole time. So,
but Sutton with her whole, I find it weird. I find it weird that you're dancing in your underwear. I just find it.
It is fucking weird. But
she's like, what else am I gonna say? And they were trying to push her to make like a point of it, like let's get Sutton into a fight.
Yeah.
And Sutton make Sutton backtrack. And I like how Sutton stood her ground. She was like, it was weird. This is why I think we're getting a second season of Sutton. And I think next year, her bitch flower is going to bloom, you guys. Like, she's going to figure this game out. Because
it's gonna bloom because it bloomed on her dress, okay?
Probably. With all the doilies.
Tried to get her
all the doilies.
What else? And then they won't say who slept with Brandi. That was kind of like near the end right there. So and that was when Denise did her little hand. Say it, say it,
say it.
That was another Sutton line. See, you're liking Sutton all of a sudden.
Say it, say it.
I don't like Sutton.
I don't like her.
I don't like her, but she's good housewife material. She really.
I think she'll be back too, even though I don't like her.
She's gonna bring it. And the thing is and Sutton has actually been a really good friend to a lot of trans people that I know, which is very surprising to me. And so,
I mean, that's really nice and admirable and all, but it's not like Housewives of the best friends of trans people. And
but I do think there's a little bit of a difference that it might bring her in some more flavor. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
How badass would it be if we got a trans girl on Beverly Hills?
Give us Gigi Gorgeous. Give us fucking Candace Kane. Let's do it. Give us Caitlyn Jenner. Give us Caitlyn Jenner.
No,
Caitlyn Jenner needs to sit in her Malibu home and ride. Like she's done nothing. Baby. She's done nothing for anybody. It's a high heel moment.
No, but I agree. Candace Kane or Gigi Gorgeous would be great. Gigi Gorgeous would be amazing.
Can you imagine that phone call? Chris, I'm gonna be on Real Housewives. Like, could you imagine? Could you imagine that phone call?
Oh my God. I would live for that phone call because Chris would be bad.
Her turnaround would be like, I'm Caitlyn Jenner and we're gonna do a lot of good. You know what I mean? Like, she would say something like that, Like, so, ugh.
Her line would be something like "Keeping Up with the Kardashians." I don't know, like something like.
Don't even give me that.
Something
like,
that would
no.
just. My name's Caitlyn, and I spelled it with a C, not a K.
Gigi Gorgeous would be cute. Like, we need a rich girl. Like, it needs to be rich. Janet Mock. Oh, bring
Janet
her
Mock.
in.
Oh yes, Janet Mock would be great because then we get a woman of color. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Janet Mock would be amazing.
Let's do Janet Mock, Garcelle takedown of all the other bitches.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, can we have that?
That'd be great. So
I would love it. I would love it. So that was like all the episodes. So let's just give a real quick talk about what you guys have been binging this week. So what have you guys been watching?
Wants to go.
I'm still on Brothers and Sisters.
She got 14 seasons to go.
I'm on season 3. But I also did Lucifer came back.
Oh yeah,
Lucifer.
I love Lucifer.
I've watched like 3 episodes and it hasn't clicked with me. When does it click in? When
gets
does the storyline
better
there?
because so they switch networks that they get on, so it gets better throughout the seasons that it goes.
Is it? Should I maybe just try to start with the second season and say fuck the first one and then and then go back?
More nudity, and when it hits Netflix, then it's all
See, I gotta check it.
He's hot as fuck.
What's it called? I need to watch a little bit more of that one. So I have not, and so I don't even know what else I've been watching right now. What have you been watching, Nels?
I've been watching 2 things. I remember I told you this a while ago. I was watching American Crime. It's kind of set up like American Horror Story where they do the different seasons and they recycle the cast. I never really watched the first season. But the first season, and that's what I watched this week. The first season is really great, and it deals with drug trafficking, human trafficking, race issues. You get Regina King, Felicity Huffman.
Oh, it's that show.
Yes, it's that show.
I need to watch it.
It's on Netflix, so watch it. But I love the second season. It's my favorite. That's what got me hooked because it was about
that's the rape one, right?
The rape season, which is really great.
Rape is not really great. Don't.
No, rape is not great.
You said it really fast, and they're gonna somebody's gonna lift your audio.
No,
and they're gonna use that.
The second season about rape and what it is a really amazing season. But this first season was really great too because this is how everyone their stories are interconnected. Is really deep and thought provoking. It's it is super deep. So I had to take a break, and then I watched The Vow.
Is it
HBO.
Is it true or is it Gump where they take people and put them in a?
It's not based off of real things that have happened. It's something that they've created in this world. For the show.
So it's all the urban legend and all the stuff that you've heard and the news, it all becomes one show.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But like I said, the cast is absolutely amazing. They're all really good. Yeah. And then
the best.
And then I shot over to The Vow on HBO, which is about the sex cult documentary.
Oh, NXIVM.
NXIVM, yes. It is crazy. I was scared.
I haven't watched it, but I know about it because I remember when those stories were coming out about Alex Mack.
Yes. Because they had celebrities, they had people from Battlestar Galactica and Alex Mack,
They were branding people.
Branding people.
Who says I'll stick around when you want to put a hot iron on my body?
Yes. It's crazy. So what they would do too is they would say oh, we need collateral from you, and collateral was your way to show that you were loyal almost. So say if I told you something, I was hey, I had an orange soda, but then you wanted me to prove that to you, then I would send you a naked picture as collateral for you to keep that secret. And that's what they did. So they would send the women pictures, or they would do things for them, but they knew that they would be binded to them forever. And it was weekly that they would do this. So it wasn't just one time I give you collateral. I'm giving you collateral every day so that I know that you're still going to be loyal to me. I was this is fucking weird, man. It is totally crazy.
True.
Yeah. So really good. They're only 3 episodes in right now, so I watched them though. But great.
Did I mention that I watched that Class Action Park last week? Did I mention that?
The what? The who?
Class Action Park, that documentary. Did I mention that?
No.
I think so, maybe a little bit, but
yeah, watch that. It's on HBO Max. It's called Class Action Park.
Oh, cool.
It's an easy watch. It's like 90 minutes of your time, but it's fascinating because like it has to do with this theme park in New Jersey that was basically run by a crook who was tax evading, other kind of thing. Is
that based off of Succession?
No, it's something else. Like it's a real theme park, and like 7 people died there, and they go through like somebody died like in a canoe on one of the rides. You know what I mean? Like, and the reason why he died was because they had ungrounded like electricity flowing through a water park.
That's
like crazy. It's insane. And then the other thing I was watching was actually over on Showtime because I realized that I'm paying for it.
Me too. I need to end my Showtime subscription right now.
Well, I have like a package that like basically gave me HBO Max for free with my. I didn't realize Showtime was part of that package. I thought it was just like FX or whatever or Star. But anyways, on Showtime, Black Monday with Regina Hall.
Black Monday is so good.
So good. Never seen it.
I love it. Oh my god.
Gunther, watch Black Monday. The first episode is a little bit hard to get in. It has to do with the stock market crash in the 80s. And
it's so 80s though, like all the 80s is so great. I love all the outfits that they put what's her face in. It's Regina
There's so
Hall.
much cocaine in
so
the
much
show.
Cocaine. Oh my god, it's amazing. When they're like playing duck hunts, right? And then like they have the cocaine on the gun and they do lines of cocaine off the guns playing duck hunt.
It's insane.
So good.
But and Casey Wilson is in it. Casey Wilson is amazing.
Wilson's in it, yes. Andrew Reynolds is in it.
And then they have I'm not gay but they have 2 gay characters that are like side that become like really main. And it's like it's a great show. Like it's I
haven't started the 2nd season yet, but I want to, so
you have to watch it. It's so good. It's all out. I finished it last night.
It's so good. I love it.
The first episode of season 2, Regina Hall looks like Felicia Rashad. Like it looks
I
freaking
love it.
It's incredible.
And she's a gem. Regina Hall is a fucking gem. She's so great in the show, like so amazing.
I don't know where they're gonna go for a 3rd season because it's just like they blew. Such a good show. It's a caper heist kind of a situation. Always like everything that you're watching, like in the very first episode, has a purpose and little things, and then they'll kind of like it's a game of chess. Everybody's using everybody is manipulating. It's all about money, sex, and like drugs, and like it's 1980s, so it kind of puts you into like this like nice zone, no COVID or anything. So it's the whole thing, but I love it. So okay, so this has been today. There's something going on, right? We have Holland coming out very soon, so I might go to that because those girls look snatched.
You said Drag Race? Oh, but you're gonna have to read it though. I don't read. I'm like Lisa Rinna's daughters. I don't read.
It's gonna be visually pretty though. You'll get into it. Anyway, so let's go through. Where are your guys' little things? Here they are. There's Nelson. Follow Nelson on IG at Yas Queen. YAASKW. Lean. Okay, so that's him. and you guys can also follow Gunther on IG at Gunther Vander Rules and at TikTok at Gunther Vanderpump. So
we need more TikToks, girl. I got no TikToks from you this week, okay?
What? They came up.
He did have Lucy's over here on the side. I don't know if she's barking. Lucy. Okay, anyways, I think the mailman might be here. Okay, so this was fun today. Thank you guys so much. Please follow me at Dangilo GoGo. You guys make sure that you guys please like and subscribe Binge Bitches on YouTube. Find us on Facebook. This has been fun. We'll see you guys next time. We have one more Beverly Hills. So good night from the lower level.
Bye.
Bye.